Alright, so this chapter marks the beginning of David's reign, the central figure of Chronicles. After Saul's tragic death, David is chosen by all Israel, establishes his capital in Jerusalem, and gathers his mighty warriors, the foundation of Israel's golden age. The first part of this chapter covers David anointed king over all Israel. All Israel gathers at Hebron and says to David, "We are your own flesh and blood." They remember how he led Israel even under Saul and how God said, "You will shepherd my people Israel and become their ruler." David makes a covenant with the elders before the Lord at Hebron, and they anoint him king over Israel, fulfilling God's promise. Unlike Saul's fragile reign, David's kingship begins with unity, humility, and divine approval. The second part of this chapter covers David captures and Jerusalem. Okay, David captures Jerusalem. David and his men marched to Jerusalem, Jebus, whose inhabitants, Jebusites, mock him, saying, "You're not getting there." But David takes the fortress of Zion, which becomes known as the City of David. He promises that whoever leads the attack will become commander. Joab, his nephew, sees the opportunity and becomes chief of the army. David builds up the city, strengthens it, and the Lord Almighty was with him. The conquest of Jerusalem is symbolic. David's kingdom centers on a city that had never belonged to any tribe, uniting the nation under God. The third part of this chapter covers David's mighty warriors. The chapter honors David's elite warriors, men of courage and loyalty who helped secure his kingdom. The three heroes, okay? The first one is Jashobim, killed 300 men with his spear in one battle. The second, Eleazar, fought beside David until his hand froze to his sword. The Lord brought victory. Shammah defended a field of barley alone when others fled, and God gave deliverance. Okay, their courage shows that David's success came from both God's favor and brave, faithful allies. So David thirst and his men devotion. Okay, during a battle at Bethlehem, David longs for water from the well near the gate. Three of his men break through Philistine lines to get it, risking their lives, but David refuses to drink it, saying, "God forbid that I should do this. This water is the blood of men who risked their lives." He pours it out to the Lord as an offering. David's reverence for God and respect for his men reveal his heart, humble, honoring others, and God-centered. The 30 warriors. The list continues with Abishai, Joab's brother, Benaiah, and others, men who led armies, defeated giants, and performed heroic deeds. These names, though obscure, are remembered forever as part of David's loyal circle. Chronicles celebrates these warriors not just for skill but for faithful service. Their courage built the kingdom alongside David's faith. Okay, what are the key lessons from the first Chronicles chapter 11? The first one is leadership flows from covenant, not ambition. David's authority comes from God and the people's unity, not political force. Second, victory belongs to the Lord. Every triumph, from Jerusalem's capture to the mighty deeds, is credited to God's presence. Third lesson, true greatness includes loyalty. David's mighty men reflected the strength of community built on trust and sacrifice. Fourth lesson, worship and humility define godly leadership. David pours out the water as an offering, symbolizing a heart devoted fully to God. So in summary, the first Chronicles chapter 11, David is anointed king over all Israel, captured Jerusalem, and established it as his capital. He surrounds himself with mighty men whose courage and loyalty reflect his own faith and leadership. The Lord's presence marks every step, setting the stage for Israel's most blessed era. Okay, so yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel.